Recently, RBI has introduced a new concept called e-rupee or digital rupee, which is also called as CBDC, which stands for Central Bank Digital Rupee. So there were many rumors going on, like it is something which is going to kill corruption, and some were saying like it is called decentralized, but it is still being controlled by government of India. So there were many things about it. If you are looking for a place to learn about everything related to the CBDC or digital rupee, then you are in the right place. So we have Krishnavamsi with us. So is someone who actively research about blockchain and crypto space. So I felt like he's the right one to discuss about this. So hi Krishnavamsi.
Hi, Yashanth. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, Krishnavamsi. How are you?
All good. Thank you. So,
Great.
yeah.
So Krishnavamsi, like I mean, you know this regarding digital rupee and CBDC. It was going on. It was launched 2 weeks back, if I'm not wrong. So 10 days to 12 days before. So like we want to know from you, like your perspective on everything regarding this digital rupee concept. So before starting it, so what actually is digital rupee? So according to the white paper or the concept paper or according to RBI, it is something which is similar to crypto, but it is not crypto. So it is the thing that is being spoken widely. So what, according to you, is this digital rupee or CBDC?
So that's something very simple from what I learned from the note. It's like it's going to be another form of the currency. So we have the physical form right now, which is cash. The other thing is a digital transaction. The same rupee will transact in digital format. But then this e-rupee is something that will be laid with a different technology in the background and with the same use cases that we have currently with the physical or digital cash, which in with the wherein you'll see some differences in terms of the management and the forms and the design, the use cases, and just there are few differences in terms of the use cases and the technology forms. But then ultimately it's the same money that we use it legalized by RBI.
Okay, so it's similar to, we can say it's similar to stocks or crypto because they're like we cannot see physical form of them. So those
Yeah,
liquid, yeah, we don't need I can say printing currencies with the help of digital
yeah,
rupee.
that's one of the motive. But then what's happened is like the the ultimate thing is its currency, it should be accepted everywhere, and it has all the features that the normal currency Indian rupee will have. But the background of it, the base, the technology that is being built on, and the use cases that it will be going to have will differ from the existing digital rupee. That's the
Okay.
core difference between the e-rupee and then the digital form of the currency we have.
Okay. But
Yeah,
digital rupee is said to have built with blockchain. So the underlying
yeah.
technology behind it is blockchain. But we know, like, according to anything built on blockchain is decentralized. But it is clearly mentioned that I can say central government or central bank will control this digital rupee. So how can you, how can they justify it?
So it's not like as per the concept paper, they are not going to. So as far as I understand, it's not going to be completely decentralized, or either they're going to have the features of a typical cryptocurrency. So it's not going to be a decentralized one, or it's not we're not going to call it as a cryptocurrency. It's completely having its own way of representation and technology. Even it's not going to be on blockchain. It's something on to be on decentralized ledger technology, which is similar to blockchain but not exactly as a blockchain. So
Okay.
that's where we cannot call it as exactly it's going to be decentralized, or it's going to be a cryptocurrency. It's going to have its own course of technology and use case.
Okay. So, one other question, like how it is different from cryptocurrencies? Because if it is crypto, so it will be listed on some platforms and people can trade it, people can buy and sell. So the value is completely depending on exchange. But how digital rupee is different from it? Like, will it also be listed or listed for trading?
So this is completely different. Like we should not be thinking in terms of crypto, because the use cases here, like the e-rupee that's gonna be released, is still in progress. The concept paper is like this is we're going to do some sort of this thing. We're calling it as CBDC or e-rupee. So these are the challenges we see. These are the things we need to work out before we launch it. So we are observing how the world countries are doing it, and so we are preparing it to build it some sort of thing. And that it's the note said that this is our intention to build it, and this is how we are trying to build. So here there are a lot of questions. It's an open-ended paper where everyone have their own assumptions and questions. So coming to your question, it's not going to be a cryptocurrency where it can be traded as a token or a coin on any exchange. It's
Yeah.
going to be unique rupee, which is solely guaranteed by the RBI. And this e-rupee is shown as a liability to RBI rather than the banks we typically do. But
Yeah.
then this is not going to be traded anywhere. It's just a typical rupee that we see in every day. So, but then the use cases, so uh, you can use it for the paying to the merchant, or you can
Okay.
use it to the paying bank's interest or something to
Mm.
transact with anyone. Rather, it is not going to be in a trading way. If it is so, then it should be a typical cryptocurrency, but this is not the case. So either you are not, so if it is a typical cryptocurrency, either you can mine it and I can mine it and earn
Yeah.
rewards.
Yeah.
And that's how a new crypto is born. A new coin is minted, but that is not the case with this. So
Okay.
everything, the number of the limit of the issuance, minting, the distribution, everything will be managed by RBI, and there are different cases on that also. So this is not going to be a typical crypto, but then this is a solely under the control of RBI.
So we can assume it as an advanced form of UPI, right? So we can
Of course,
do
yeah.
everything what we are doing currently with UPI, but we don't need liquid cash in our bank account. We can,
Yeah, there are
yeah,
the features that are
yeah.
coming up to this will be the core differentiator between the rupee we have and that's one that's coming up.
Okay. So again, according to the concept paper, like there were two forms of digital rupees: wholesale, which will be given to banks, and retail, which will be given to retailers. So what's the difference?
Retailers. So that's basically the name itself says, like, so the retail one is majorly used for or anybody across any of us, like you can use it and I can use it. But for the wholesale version of the coin is only used within the bank transactions. So like interbank settlements and
Yeah.
some major transactions between the banks and some other restricted private institutions like venture capital funds or some private other NFBC, non-banking
Yeah.
financial institutions. So to be wholesale might be limited to within the banks, and then retail might be limited to both, maybe open for all the retail users. That's the
Okay,
basic,
so
nothing much on that.
this wholesale rupee like will be given at a discounted thing for banks. I mean, according to the
Yeah,
name wholesale, I mean it should be at least like it should come with low value. I mean, according to the
no,
name.
no, no, that should not happen because rupee values must be same
Yeah.
across. That should not be varied. That should not be the
Okay.
case.
Okay.
Yeah,
And well, coming to the use cases of this digital rupee, I mean, one thing which is clear is it reduces the printing cost because we are
yeah, that's
heavily
the core
investing
motive
on
of this whole thing.
uh, yeah, we are heavily investing on printing liquid cash, but it is something which
Yes.
we are going to reduce it now. But what do you think are the other advantages, other use cases?
So when it comes to advantages, like when basically the core motive is they're trying to bring up, so they're trying to overcome the cryptocurrencies dominance, so that market
Yeah.
trend. So they're quoting that cryptos are overwhelming everywhere and gathering more attention, and then they wanted to safeguard our people from the falling into such scams or traps. So they wanted to bring up something similar to that so that it gives similar features to our users, while they will not be relying on that, then they will go for the e-rupee. So basically, core terms will be of anonymity there. So the crypto you'll have anonymity based on the blockchain. So they're trying to bring up the same similar features in this e-rupee also. Basically, they are going there. The concept not mentioned that they're trying to give certain level of anonymity for some small value transactions. So basically, in cash is basically of it will give you superior anonymity. Basically, you that's core thing of that basically. So So that's where this e-rupee will also have some basic level of anonymity for the small one time of transactions. So that's something yet to be discussed and finalized by them, but that's one of the thing. And the other benefit could be of a token form. So now right now, before a transact you need to have your bank account, and the other one you also need to have a bank account. But this is something where that comes out of the box, not out of the box, but
Yeah.
that's currently with the crypto. You just need to install a wallet, and you'll get your public address and then wallet address, and then you can just transfer between each of us. So that's something they're trying to bring it here also. You don't need to have a banking account, and you don't need to have everything processed there. So that's one of the thing that can help us in non-bank unbanked people to get access to more money and faster transactions.
Okay.
And one more thing, that offline, like this is in terms of technology where they're trying to bring it also for the offline transactions.
Okay.
So for the people who do not have access to online internet, they can also do certain transactions in while staying offline. So yeah.
And the other thing that I hear was it is unlikely to get interest from a digital rupee. Then ultimately
Yeah,
it's a con, right? So how can they
not
justify,
like
like,
that,
why would
because
people? Yeah.
that's initially they mentioned that, but basically before going it in a large scale, everything needs to be tested,
Mm,
especially within a country like India, because we will never know the implications and the from whatever the decision made. So basically, the concept paper mentions that if they let gain investors get interest from the ERP, then the whole, obviously the people will withdraw the money from the general bank accounts, and then they shift everything into ERP.
yeah.
Then that will definitely cause technical challenges, and then the challenges to the banks also. That's
Yeah.
something they're thinking on, how do we take it forward. Yeah, that's something open for our discussions.
Yeah, true. And like one more thing that strikes my mind is like, if I mean RBI is started implementing this e-rupee concept, like if it comes live, then how they, I can say, adjust the liquidity which is there in the market currently. Because if they want to add new thing, it's like printing extra currency. I mean, if they fail to reduce the existing amount in the one, will they convert the existing liquid cash to digital rupee, or will they produce
No, no,
extra
no,
thing?
no. That should not be the case. It's not like they are going to release extra money or something. It's within their monetary policy and their every within every RBI rules and regulations only. It's not the. It's not. This is the difference. Like in the crypto, you'll have a market cap and the supply limit. So within
Yeah.
that, they will be able to mint, and that blockchain runs. But this is not the case with the RBI. This is traditional money, and it cannot be printed as they wish. Like, so that's the difference here.
Okay.
That will be within the limits of the RBI monetary policy and their regulations, nothing more than that.
Okay. And like, what do you think are the other challenges? Like we have discussed about pros. Yes, of course, there were many pros. It might reduce, I can say, dependencies on many things. But what do you think are the challenges going ahead?
So basically, everyone across the globe are testing around. There are currently 105 countries are testing or either in the stage of discussing this. So we'll never know. Basically, educating the people is one of the core challenges. So like
Yeah.
the most of the rural background people are still in the cash. They don't even know what is blockchain. They don't even know what is a Bitcoin. So it's very, very tough for them to educate people before, even after launch. And that's one core thing they need to do on a massive, massive scale to increase the adoption at the rate of, at the same time, they improve their quality of education in terms of this CBDC.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they will see the benefits, like how UPI, the next could be the CBDC.
Yeah.
It all depends on education. So UPI is just a Google Pay or Phone Pay, downloading the app, adding the bank account and sending it. But how it comes to CBDC, how to deal with that, so how to add it. Obviously, people will learn, but then it depends on. But they want to be more inclusive and reach more people who are unbanked, who are inaccessible to the banking services. Then it's
Yeah.
something that need to be focused on improving, reaching more people and educating
Yeah.
them about this.
Yeah, that's true, because even during the UPI launch, like we faced a similar situation.
Yeah,
People
it
were
took around
confused
five
about,
years for us.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And also about the safety, cyber
mm,
security, and using distributed ledger technology or blockchain itself is not a deemed to be secure. But the people who are uneducated and in who the UPI scams and the current financial frauds are even high.
yeah,
So
yeah,
what if even the crypto is more susceptible? Crypto kind of technology that they're bringing, even it's even more susceptible to frauds. So how do they deal with that? How do they educate? Education in terms of security also comes to the scene. Yeah.
yeah. Like I was about to talk about that, like security, because if it's completely decentralized, we can have like confidence on security part, at least some level, but it is not completely decentralized. So if even
Yeah.
1% have access to the central repository, then it is prone to get vulnerable ultimately.
That's a very challenge in the sense. So that's obviously be taken care, but then technology challenges are evergreen. Like how no matter
Yeah,
the development you bring on, it will they'll keep hackers will keep on improving themselves too.
yeah,
And the one more challenge is in with the offline transactions. So there is a risk
mm,
of double spending there,
mm,
where the if you transact offline and then uh, there might be chance of double spending, which is again a challenge in the typical crypto space also. So
yeah.
even they need to address that also. That's also
Maybe
one
they
of
need to
the
come
challenge
up
that
with
you mentioned.
a strong framework for that, because it is
Yeah,
not
that's
really as easy as what we speak offline transactions.
yes.
Yeah, cool. So like we will also see the concept paper once. Like if we miss
Yeah, sure.
anything, might yeah, we might get to know that.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the concept paper
Yes.
that RBI released, and basically these are the concepts that they covered.
So basically, the introduction part will cover summary of everything. I
Yeah,
mean, the summary note or the introduction part, but the rest explained in detail on how everything goes on.
yeah. So
So,
for people who
yeah,
are watching, like I will also, I mean, add this link in the description. If you want to read more about it, or if you want to explore more, you can do that. But yeah, basically, like,
yes,
I mean, we have already covered the overview of everything that is mentioned. But if you want to know
yes,
more deeper, yeah, you can find it. And the more tech part, like if you want to know about it, like how the tech integrations and all happening here, like you can have a look at it.
and I think one
And
more
yeah,
benefit is of that cross-border transactions. So right now we are relying on PayPal and others,
yeah,
but with crypto, there's no boundaries. So they're trying to bring in such feature to this so that India is number one recipient in foreign remittances.
yes,
So that should help them in resolving some issues around that. At the same time, this might also allow innovation around this loan CBDC, and this might even arise as a separate thing in the financial uh,
yeah.
sector, like
But
how
we are,
UPI did. So
yes,
UPI
we are good
allowed
in,
innovation in
we are
terms
good.
of few
Yeah,
apps.
yeah.
Likewise.
India is always good in coming up with these new trends. Like UPI is something like which everyone in the world, every country in the world is fighting for. Like how to get such kind of tech. But we did that easily, very easily, I can say.
Yes,
Even
yes,
creating the awareness among people, India succeeded in it. Like if this comes into picture, and like if everyone is educated about it, then ultimately like India will become the 5 trillion economy soon, because of all these revolutions in.
definitely, definitely. So I think you'll see the next thing. Go next.
Okay.
Yeah, I think design
This is
considerations. I think we discussed that wholesale and retail form of
yeah, yeah,
thing, and then there is again a tire model in the sense how the uh, design will be a single tire model and uh,
yeah.
hybrid as well as direct.
Yeah.
And you'll have technology choice followed by degree of anonymity. So like they're exploring all the how other countries are doing and how we could do, keeping in Indian investor or user mindset.
Yeah.
That's where the whole difference comes in when compared to other countries.
Yeah, maybe coming across, like we might see some more detailed information on it too, because this is
Yes,
just
yes.
a
Like
concept paper. Yeah.
yeah, it's indicating that this is we are going to start on this. This is a first step. Then followed by they mentioned that we are going to be on a phased approach, following with the testing and feedback from the users, and then the future course will follow.
Cool. So yeah, I think we have covered most of the thing that people need to know about this
Yes,
wonderful thing. And for people who are watching this, you can find the concept paper in the description. And if you want to know more about blockchain or crypto related things, like Krishnams is very good at it. We already done an episode on NFTs. We'll drop his LinkedIn ID in the description. You can connect with him. And thanks, Krishnamsi, for joining
thank
and
you,
contributing your knowledge with us.
thank you.